joining me on a Saturday night. This is the live Q&A. We just watched Aquaman together. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, anyone is welcome to join today and listen in. But if you'd like to ask a question, you need to be a BTT member. To become a member, you can click join right below. You can see the join button there. And if you join, you'll not only be able to comment on live viewing parties and the Q&As, but you'll be able to join in for live streams 4 days a week, Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Mondays through Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So everybody, welcome. We're going to talk for about 20 minutes. And then, because I gotta get working on those Captain Marvel photos you guys have been sending me. Let's try to keep the questions to Aquaman and the DCEU, but you can, of course, I'll maybe take some other questions as well. All right, so thank you again, and please ask away. Oh, Glalie, I'm glad you like the emojis. Yes, you guys get to use them here. Good evening, Terry. Batman Superman says, can you please talk about the Oscar snub? I'm taking you mean for the visual effects for this movie. I'm very upset about it, as you know from the live stream. I just feel that, a lot of people just didn't take this movie seriously, which is unfortunate, and I think they didn't pay enough attention to the artistry of the visual effects. But as I said when I reviewed the Oscars, I felt that at least since First Man won, that they were going for something beyond a comic book movie. So I think there's at least that. Let's see here. Barbie Minaj, I have not looked at the reactions for Shazam because, as I said in the live stream actually the other day for BTT members, I feel that the initial reactions on social media tend to be a little more positive than the actual reviews. For instance, you saw people really fawn all over Captain Marvel when the social media embargo lifted, but then the reviews were a little more muted. Interestingly enough, Captain Marvel's dropped to like 79 on Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't really feel like social media is a great thing to pay attention to for reactions. The Platinum Diva says, CBR article says that Patrick Wilson doesn't know Orm's future. Yeah, because I think that the movie's so far away. He doesn't even know the director. Let's see here. Alex says, so Grace, what did you think about the amazing hair that Mira had? As a hairstylist, I was dying how amazing it was the whole movie. Oh, I agree. And I think Gal Gadot's hair is very important. And I think that Harley's hair was really great in Suicide Squad. I'm a little nervous about the style they've given her in the new Birds of Prey movie. It makes a difference. Ariel says, which VFX scene was your favorite in Aquaman? I would have to say it would be the gladiator arena. I thought that was just so incredibly well done. There was a lot of world building, a lot of different environments. I thought the way that both Aquaman and Orm moved was so impressive. I would definitely pick that as my favorite scene, VFX-wise. Sean says, do you think that Black Manta was miscast? I was a really big fan of Yahya Abdul-Mateen in The Get Down, but I was disappointed with what he did in the movie. So I think that I wouldn't have thought he was miscast, but when I was on set and I was watching the video tap and seeing the work he was doing, I think I probably would have become a little bit nervous. Mira is the Little Mermaid, Platinum Diva. Dana O'Leary says, likelihood that James Wan returns for Aquaman 2. I would think maybe, because it's so far away. I'm guessing no. I actually would guess that he would not. I think James Wan is going to want to upgrade. I think he's the kind of guy who wants to keep going. So I think that maybe he'll do a Justice League movie. That's my hope. Or some kind of team-up movie. I think that, he deserves to do something bigger. I'm glad you like the emojis, Daniel. Brandon says, do you think this puts James Wan as one of Hollywood's greatest directors, or at least current directors? Oh, definitely. He's one of the only directors to have 2 movies in the $1 billion club. It's very rare. And he's also one of the first directors of color to join that special club, directors with 2 movies in the $1 billion club. So I don't think he still gets enough respect, unfortunately, but I think he should. I think he's a really impressive filmmaker. Dane again says, do you think Manta should be the primary villain in Aquaman 2? I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Again, I don't know if Yahya Abdul-Mateen can bring what he needs to the table. Batman Superman says, what about George Miller coming in for Aquaman too? That's not a bad choice, actually. I don't know if George Miller will want to come into someone else's playground, considering he's an auteur himself. I'll give you guys some tea. I've heard that the Joker trailer is ready to be released, almost. So we'll be getting it, I think. My guess is either for Us, with the Us movie, Jordan Peele's movie, or with Shazam. I think we'll get it this month. Let's see here. Oh, welcome, Alex. Thank you for becoming a member. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I think Black Manta and Suicide Squad would be pretty interesting, Jose. I'm glad I had some tea for you guys this evening. Let's see here. I'm very curious to see the Joker trailer. Let's see. Natalie says, who do you want to be the main villain for the second movie for Aquaman? I'd like to see some stuff with Orm. I would love to see the Amazons versus the Atlanteans. That would be really cool. Let's see here. Oh, you saw Us, Platinum Diva? I'm so jealous. The screening for press that I'm going to is going to be the week of release, at the beginning of the week. Let's see here. Oscar Rivera says, should Jason Momoa have some kind of cameo appearance prior to the Aquaman 2 release? My pleasure, Sasha. I'm glad you enjoyed the tea. I don't know where he would cameo. He was in the Lego Movie 2. I'm not quite sure where welcome, LG Doe. I'm not quite sure where Jason Momoa would have an opportunity to cameo. Maybe the Batman, right? I'm not sure. Maybe Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad sounding really, I don't know about Suicide Squad. It's interesting. I was talking to a friend. Hi, Catherine. Welcome, Catherine. I was talking to a friend about the DC movies, and it was like they're so different in tone that the same audience can't go to all of them. Whereas Marvel, while they get a little bit repetitive, it's such a strong brand that you just see people making it a tradition, like with their families. I'm seeing it in your pictures that you're sending to me for Captain Marvel. That's who goes. And I think that that's a missed opportunity that DC should reconsider. Like, you can't have the people who see Aquaman probably go see Joker or this new Suicide Squad movie. So that's tough. Shield 91 says, would you rather see Tempest or Aqualad in a sequel? I'd rather see them in the Trench movie, to be honest with you. And I would rather see, I think, Aqualad because of the Young Justice connection. I just think he has more fans. I heard about an end credit scene on Shazam, which I think is ridiculous. We'll see how the movie is. As I said, I'm seeing it Wednesday. I heard what the end credit scene was, and I'm just like, you're really going to go that deep? Let me just tell you this. You should be reading the new Shazam comic that Jeff Johns is writing. Let's see here. Daniel Mandler says, watching Aquaman at Lincoln Square in IMAX was awesome. That's where I saw it the second time. Cole says, all families at my Captain Marvel screening. See? Oh, Oscar Rivera says maybe Aquaman has a minor appearance capturing King Shark for Suicide Squad like the Flash with Boomerang. That's a good idea, Oscar, but I would like it to be a little longer because that Flash thing was like really, really short. Karen says, do you think the Trench movie will get nominated for VFX? I don't know. I have to see it. Okay, my friend says, would Aquaman have made even more money if it were released during the summer? I don't know. People seem to really like summery, beautiful movies like Avatar and Aquaman during the holiday season. I guess because it's so cold outside. Let's see here. Jose says, should Aquaman 2 switch to summer release or stay in winter? Stay in winter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is my opinion. Cornelia says, this is the DC app worth getting. Are you talking about the DC Universe app? I think so for sure. I think it's very good, and there's some very good shows on there right now. I really liked Titans. I thought that Young Justice had its moments, and I'm really enjoying Doom Patrol. I'm a little behind. I'm one episode behind on Doom Patrol because I've been traveling and I had the eye infection. So, and I've been, it's very crazy this week with Captain Marvel stuff. So I'm actually behind on Gotham and Doom Patrol. I got some TV to watch. Batman Superman says, do you think the 2 Star Wars lands will boost Episode 9 box office? I'm surprised at how well Captain Marvel did. I think that, but I'm not sure about Star Wars because of the problem with Solo. People didn't go. Welcome, Oralia. I'm glad you joined. And we got another new member that I missed there. Hold on. I want to say welcome. I missed the notification. Oh, yeah, I said hi to Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Okay. Let's see here. Nishan says, Grace, I felt underwhelmed by Captain Marvel. Should I give it another go? My theater had low sound, so I couldn't hear very well. The 3D made the screen dark. Yeah, I wouldn't see it in 3D. I don't know. Try it again if you feel like it. Let's see here. LG Doe says, would you like an animation for Injustice on DC streaming? And what do you think about the future of that service? Well, as you know, it's going to get rolled into the Warner Media's overall streaming service. And I would love to see some Injustice storylines. I think that video game is fantastic. I think that would be really exciting. Let's see here. Liberty Bell. Who will be the more popular Halloween costume, Mira or Captain Marvel? I don't know. That's a tough one. I think they're both excellent costumes, but I think the Captain Marvel one's a little more flattering and easier to pull off. So maybe Captain Marvel. Some of you dressed up as Captain Marvel in your photos for Movie Math tomorrow, and you look fabulous. I'm excited. So I'm interested. So many of you are seeing Captain Marvel more than once. I wasn't sure about its repeat viewability. So Hale says Grace should Storm debut in Black Panther 2. We're getting off a DC topic, but yes, I think she totally should. Wilson says, do you think all the creative control they give Margot Robbie over Harley Quinn is going to backfire? I sure do. And as I said, I think it's a mistake to put her in a movie every year. We'll see how it goes. But, I think a lot of times sometimes people want to make characters their own, but you also have to realize that it's important to give the audience what they want, the fandom. I also think that it's important to have a really good director to team up with. And I don't know, I think Margot Robbie, because she's also a producer, might have too much power. There's no balance, balance system of balances and checks to kind of be like, you sure you should do this? Because she has such a new director she's working with. Let's see here. Ozzy G says, Grace, I've noticed lately that the run times are getting closer to a 2-hour mark. Think this will become a new standard? Love longer films. Me too. I often feel, well, sometimes I'm looking for something shorter to watch when I'm going to go on a plane, or I want to watch something late at night. But for the most part, if I'm going to the theater, I feel a movie should be at least 2 hours. Catherine says that the popularity of shows like Umbrella Academy and Doom Patrol, do you think superhero movies will start to have more flawed superhero characters and alternative style? I don't know about that, Catherine, because I think the TV shows scratch that itch, and they have to make sure that, I think the movies need to be grander. Captain Marvel, to many ways, is on the level of a TV show, whereas Aquaman definitely is a movie. So I think they have to be very careful about that. Karen says, can and should DC remake Green Lantern now? I think it's, hey, moviegoer, you just got here. We got about 5 more minutes left on the stream. I think that Green Lantern can't be made right now. It's just too similar to Captain Marvel. Everyone would say, hey, it's like Captain Marvel. And DC just doesn't need that. Let's see here. Matthew says, how do you think the MCU will factor in the X-Men, and do you think they'll replace Captain Marvel with Rogue if people get bored of Captain Marvel? I didn't think of that. That's a good way to maybe get rid of Captain Marvel. Get Rogue in there. That's pretty smart. But I think the X-Men are a ways off. The Movie Lover says Avengers game is officially picture locked, trailer soon. I don't think they're going to advertise it that much because they don't want to give too much away, but I can't wait how excited. I'm so close. The movie's so close. Nick, I'm glad you're enjoying the emojis. We got 4 more minutes. You can ask me anything you would like, but please, let's try to keep it to DC. Batman Superman, the next live viewing party, it might be Into the Spider-Verse when when the physical copy comes out. Maybe I'll do that since I wasn't able to do it last weekend. Daniel says, if Joker does incredibly well, would DC try to put him in the main universe? I would think they would, but I've heard that they're recasting the Joker. So I think they're going to go with that, whatever version that is. It's weird to me to have two Jokers, but we'll see how it goes. Alex says, agreed with my review of Captain Marvel, too overpowered. Yeah, I don't know what the rest of the Avengers are going to do. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the Spider-Verse idea. Maybe we definitely will do that. I'll look up the release date for the physical copy and see what we can do. I'm glad you enjoyed Spider-Verse, Sean. It's an excellent movie. Hector says, no more BTT Live until next week. Well, there's actually one tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'll come back with the streams the following Sunday. What do I think Shazam's opening box office will be to Movie Lover? Maybe like around Dumbo, like 60 to 70. 50, between 50 and 70. So Hill says, Grace, should Mira have a different costume in the sequel? I don't know how too different, because of course it's very comics accurate, but I always love it when they tweak the costume a little. Not only because it's fun, but for me, from a business standpoint, it's really important to be able to tell what movie the frame is from. So if I do a freeze frame and it looks like maybe it was from this film, it's hard to get people excited about the video. So I hope it looks different enough that when you look at it, you go, oh, that's the second movie. Oh, Daniel, I'm very excited for the Harley Quinn animated series. I think that Kaylee Cuoco is a great inspired choice to voice her. Liberty says, how much influence does Margot Robbie have on Suicide Squad 2? I don't think too much. I think because James Gunn has such a strong creative voice and now something to prove. But I bet she has a lot of control over her own scenes and lines and the way she looks, I'm sure. Use those emojis, Platinum Diva. I love it. Ariel, I don't know if they should do other spin-offs for Aquaman. I think just The Trench is enough, and let's get Aquaman 2, you know? If they do too many spin-off movies, what are they going to do in Aquaman 2? Oh, Batman, Superman, of course I'm doing movie math tomorrow for Captain Marvel. Why would I ask for all your pictures? Thanks for great questions, Sohail. Oh, we got one more minute. Which Justice League member should they introduce in the sequel? Hawk Girl. Let's see here. Or Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. Yeah, Barbie, I don't know how I feel about a younger Batman. I'm a little nervous about it. Like a Batman in his early 20s is like, seems, I don't want baby Batman. Imre, I don't know if the first trailer for Wonder Woman 1984 will debut during San Diego Comic-Con, but I do think that we'll see our first look at Cheetah. Daniel, I'm glad you enjoyed Umbrella Academy. It is truly amazing. To Movie Lover, I actually just recently watched the original Dumbo when I was actually at VidCon over the summer to get ready for this. It's so sad. It made me cry so hard. I was like, this movie's so sad. Marana says, do you still take pictures for Captain Marvel? I'm taking them until like 3 a.m. this morning. Let's see here. Oh, time to sign off. Let's see here. Well, who would I have cast as Green Lantern? Honestly, I would have done Idris Elba. I heard they want a younger Green Lantern, Jon Stewart for Green Lantern, but I think Idris Elba would have been fantastic. Galeli says, but the Shira Hall Hawk Girl, Hawkman might be one of the lamest DC characters. He sure is. I'm not like that rumor that he was, good night, Terry. I didn't like that rumor that Hawkman was going to be in the Black Adam movie. I'm like, nobody wants Hawkman. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me this Saturday evening. I had a wonderful time. If you liked this live stream, I do them 4 times a week exclusively for BTT members. I hope you'll consider joining. Unfortunately, I'm just doing this live stream tomorrow before I take a week off because I'm traveling to Los Angeles, but the following week the streams will be back on as usual. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I had a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow for the live stream for BTT members, and then, of course, movie math. All right. Bye, everybody.